Hey, what's up guys, nKuch here, and today we are back with yet another Destiny video, and today we actually have a special upload. We're going to be counting down the top 10 biggest and most memorable glitches in Destiny's lifetime. Now it's no real surprise that Destiny has had its fair share of glitches. Some of these have been absolutely game breaking and some have actually helped the community. We're going to be counting down starting at the number 10 spot. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below how many of these glitches you have either experienced or have actively participated in. Now I have no shame in saying that I have done 8 out of 10 of these glitches on the list. Back in the day I used to do these things, they were so much fun, and back in the day there just used to be a lot more ways of glitching in Destiny. But anyways guys, if you end up enjoying this list, definitely drop a like and let's get right into it. At the number 10 spot, we have the infamous treasure key farming exploit, which a lot of players took advantage of just before the House of Wolves DLC was set to drop. Now, 1 week before the DLC dropped, Bungie came out with this event that was themed after the House of Wolves, and it was pretty much an early way for Guardians to collect treasure keys, a currency that was used to open up the chest right underneath the Prison of Elders lair, which you could open up once you completed the activity. Now, of course, since lots of players like to get prepared before a DLC or expansion drops, everybody was absolutely all over this exploit because you could actually double dip, triple dip, and at times, if you were lucky and quick enough, quadruple dip the exact same chest for maximum amount of efficiency when grinding for these treasure keys. If you could imagine, this was a very heavy glitch which Bungie abruptly patched after a few days. Thousands and thousands of Guardians were seen at this very location on Venus, just absolutely grinding these chests for hours and hours on end. I personally got like 40 of these treasure keys before the DLC released, and I was definitely one happy camper. Moving on to the number 9 spot, we have the third-person Stormcaller glitch. Believe it or not, this thing has been around for probably about 4 months now, and it's still active to this day. If you've ever wondered what it's like to play Destiny in third person, well, now you can. You can do this in Prison of Elders or in a custom match for PvP, of course, but I do have to warn you all that this takes an immense amount of time to complete because you have to be extremely lucky to pull this off, and your timing has to be just absolutely perfect. In Prison of Elders, you want to get suppressed, and right after you get suppressed, you want to wait about half a second to pop your Stormcaller. Another thing I should have mentioned is that, of course, you can only do this on your Stormcaller, as when you pop it, the animation puts you in third person, and you could probably put 1 and 2 together and figure out how this glitch actually works. Now in PvP, you can also do this, but you do have to get hit with a tether and pop your super about a second after that. If done correctly, you'll be in third person, and I believe it resets once you die. A pretty awesome glitch if you just want a different feel for Destiny. At the number 8 spot, we have glitching into the Dark Below DLC. Now this stirred a lot of controversy within the Destiny community. A lot of people were basically saying that Bungie cut content from the original game and preloaded it onto the disc. This content is not only the Dark Below but also the House of Wolves. Later on, of course, they sold it to us as DLCs. I don't know if this was confirmed or not, but it was something that a lot of people believed in year 1, back when vanilla Destiny was a thing, and it was crazy because you could glitch into all of these different sections on the moon, on the earth, and I believe even on Venus. Yeah, there was House of Wolves stuff on Venus that you could glitch into, and these rooms were very big. They were textured. Everything looked finished about these places, which kind of indicated that it was cut content. Again, I don't know if it was for sure, but that was kind of just the ongoing theory that a lot of people had. It was crazy because you could actually pick up a lot of the dead ghosts way before the DLCs came out, and at first when people were getting these dead ghosts, people were accusing people of hacking, but all you had to do was jump out of the map and follow a certain path to glitch into all of these crazy rooms. This made the number 8 spot on the list just because of the magnitude of this glitch, and of course because of all the controversy surrounding it. Now I'm proud to say I've never partook in the number 7 glitch on this list, which is CROTA stays down. This was possibly one of the easiest glitches to pull off. All you needed was one fireteam member that was hooked up to PSN or Xbox via an Ethernet cable. It was literally that simple, and all you had to do was unplug your Ethernet cable as soon as the boss went down on his knees. Now I'm happy to say I never did this glitch because I was kind of scared that you could get banned for it. I think Bungie was throwing out some bans for this. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not, but that's something I heard. And the second reason why I never did this glitch was because the CROTA's end boss fight for me was actually pretty easy and a lot of fun. I absolutely loved using the sword and just challenging myself with this boss fight. It just felt like a proper end game raid. To explain one more time how this glitch was performed, basically the fireteam leader had to be on a LAN connection. Once he was on a LAN connection and once CROTA got to his knees after DPS, all he had to do was unplug his Ethernet cable from the back of his PS4 or his Xbox, and CROTA would stay kneeled the entire time. Basically then you'd kill the sword bearer, pick up the sword, and the guy would just go over to CROTA and smash him 20 times, get the kill, and he would never go back up. He would die, you get your rewards, and it was really that simple. Now the guy who backed out didn't get his rewards, but the 5 other people did, which was just the ultimate cheese. This next one was absolutely ridiculous, and it's the reason why a lot of people like myself mained the Sunbreaker Titan when the Taken King first came out. This was one of the most greasiest glitches by far, and it made a lot of people rage in PvP. In PvE though, it was a lot of fun to do and made bosses very easy to kill. I myself enjoyed this quite a lot, but Bungie ended up patching it about a week after people found out about it. For the number 5 spot, we're visiting our good old friend and pal CROTA. This guy is basically the epitome of glitches in raids. Now, this specific glitch that we're going to be focusing on is him teleporting, dropping down from the bridge, and basically just being an absolute pain in the ass. In this clip right here, this is from my own footage, he decides to chase me over to the right side instead of going to the left side, which is pretty much where he was supposed to go during this run. After he kills me and figures out he's on the wrong side, he teleports across the map and basically wipes my entire fire team. This is something that happened so much in year 1. I raged so much from this, and I know it ruined a lot of people's runs back in year 1. Since then it's gotten a lot better, but he still is super unpredictable up until this day. At the number 4 spot, we have the no weapons glitch, which is the first glitch featured on this list to be completely positive and have absolutely no drawbacks. You might be wondering why people do this glitch, and it's basically to get cinematics for people that make montages, machinimas, and lore videos. I've done this glitch plenty of times to get cinematics for the Primal Team Tages and other videos on my channel. It's very useful, and honestly it just highlights all the beauty within Destiny, especially when you combine it with the HUD disabled feature. If you want to know how to do this, simply pull out a sword and very quickly, all in one motion, click the swipe button, then change your weapon twice, and then swipe twice again. You have to get the timing down right because it's very difficult to do for your first time. Earlier I showed you the infinite hammer glitch for the Sunbreaker, and now for the number 3 spot, we're going to be showing you the infinite quiver glitch for the Night Stalker. Now this got so bad that Bungie actually cancelled one weekend of trials just because somebody found this absolutely crazy glitch. And it was so easy to pull off too. That's the one thing that really kind of blew my mind. All you had to do was put on quiver, shoot 2 shots, and before the super runs out, all you had to do was go into your menu and your super would be fully restored. This was by far one of the most broken super glitches in all of Destiny, and it just made a lot of people extremely mad in Crucible. You can only imagine what people think after getting wombo comboed. Well, imagine this. At the number 2 spot, we have the original yet legendary loot cave. Now for those of you who were lucky enough to play back in the vanilla Destiny days, then you know all about this place. I'm no exception to this. I would spend hours on end here just farming, killing as many enemies as I could, and they would drop so many engrams for myself. For those of you who don't know, they would drop greens, blues, and of course legendaries, although they were rare. And back then the Cryptarch was an absolute troll. He would decrypt legendaries into blues and blues into greens, so it was very frustrating times. The grind was absolutely real, and everybody would be here just farming this loot cave and trying to get as many engrams as possible so they could get new gear and level up quickly for the Vault of Glass release. This was definitely one of the best glitches in Destiny, although I personally rank it at the number 2 spot because at the number 1 spot we have cheesing ATHEON and pushing him off the edge. This is, in my opinion, my all-time favorite glitch in Destiny and is just so epic. I remember back in the day, this was pretty much the first major glitch that everybody had found, and the whole community was pretty much going crazy. The first time that I managed to do this, I felt like an absolute hero for basically just one-manning the boss. It was so awesome, and it just brought so much joy to the entire community, even though it was a game-breaking glitch. Everybody was doing it just to try getting the Vex Mythic class, which was back then the most overpowered weapon of all time. But that is going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I would very much appreciate a like on the video, and if I forgot any absolutely amazing glitches, then leave them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace.